All right, that's better. We are talking about cholesterol, the misunderstood molecule. Why? And I talk about this not usually on here, and I'm going to see how I can do this so it makes it nice and easy for us. But I wanted to show you this from the perspective of, different natural healers, alternative people, because I feel like there's a reason. Okay, that's better. Now you guys can chat. We talked about this the other night, and I was like, I won't forget, I won't forget. And of course I forgot. All right, now we're back. We're back, and now you guys can chat. Yay. All right, so today we're gonna make a quick lentil salad too. I'm putting in about a cup of lentils because that's really all you need, because that's going to give you, grains and legumes. When you cook them, they double in size. So we only need a cup because we're just making a small lentil salad. But I wanted you to see this because cholesterol really comes from, well, there's two ways. Hold on, let me dial back. Let me just put this in here. So when I measure out my cup, and listen, I've been cooking for 40 years, and I still measure grains and legumes always because it's just the better way. This is just air in my water. My water's super clean. Now it's 2 cups of liquid to 1 cup of water, and then I add another quarter cup just because for me my BTUs on my stove are a little bit stronger, and sometimes when I bring it to a boil it evaporates faster. So let me see. We're gonna pin our goals this morning. There we go. All right. So I'm going to put this on, and then we are going to get started chatting. Now, remember, when you cook lentils, thank you for my heart. When you cook lentils, good morning, Hippie. When you cook lentils, do not put salt, because if you put salt, they will not get soft. They won't cook. So just remember that. Lentil, any kind of legumes, that's going to happen. All right. Now, good morning. Thank you for my hearts. We need hearts. We need lots of hearts. Last week, we finished the week with over 180 people dropping their heart me's, 200. We got to get to like 1,000. We got 21,000 people. So let's follow. I mean, yeah, follow, but share. That's the job. Lots of goals. We always have goals around here. I like goals though. I'm a goal person. Ooh. All right. So the purpose of this kitchen pharmacy class, I want to give you one definition so you know it. Oh boy, hold on. All right, sorry guys. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Okay, so I want to talk about when I use the word terrain, okay? It means that the overall internal environment of your body, so nutrition, inflammation level, gut health, hormones, detox capacity, and stress all combined. What is the overall internal environment of your body? That's what we're going to talk about when we talk about terrain. Okay? That's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, we got to get rid of this dude. Hold on. Okay. So, terrain is the overall environment of your overall internal environment of your body, meaning nutrition, inflammation level, gut health, hormones, detox capacity, and your stress combined. So when your terrain is strong and balanced, cholesterol, germs, toxins are less likely to cause damage. So when it's weakened or inflamed, the same exposure causes more problems. So cholesterol is structural, it's hormone building, it's a repair molecule. So you hear that? We have been conditioned to think that cholesterol is bad, and they'll say, oh, you're good cholesterol, right? So, right, that's all you ever heard. Cholesterol is bad, and oh, you're good cholesterol. If it's higher, it's gonna, it does this, this, and this. So keep that in mind while we're talking today. That's pretty much what we know about cholesterol, right? Good morning, Cass. Good morning. I am drinking some nice cold fresh water. Exactly, Yardani. We're going to get to that. And think about this. I want you to hold that thought. I want to see if I can pin that comment. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pin it. I don't get this stuff too much, but that's really, we're going to talk about that a lot today. That used to be it, right? Cholesterol protects the brain. It does a lot of good, and we've kind of lost our way. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And that's where the difference between good cholesterol, and balancing your body and all of these things come into play. How does your terrain look, So when you look at cholesterol in the perspective of, it's structural, hormone building, and a repair molecule. Problems arise mainly when it becomes oxidized, right? When it's inflamed, poorly cleared, rather than from the simple presence of whole foods, right? All right. Gotta drink my mushroom coffee. When you connect cognitive decline, when you start to put cognitive decline into this conversation, and we look at cholesterol and the medicines that we take to bring it down, you start to go, what's going on here? And I want to get to that question. And I'm not saying at all to give up any medicine, or I am not a doctor, I'm a chef, but I want to make connections to food and healing with you. Thank you. Keep sharing and tapping, because it's going to bring people in, and this is a great conversation. Oh, we got a flash goal. 23 people with a TikTok. I'd rather you guys do 23 people with a heart me, but let's see what we can get going. Hey, Woofy, nice to see you. All right, so what does cholesterol do in the body? This is really important. What happens? It builds cell membranes and supports nerve and brain function. Nerve and brain function. The brain is especially cholesterol dense. Okay. So then why are we taking something to get rid of it or bring the number down? I often wonder this. Now, remember, we want to do anti-inflammatory foods, right? We want to, this is going to be a tough one. I wasn't thinking about this when I wrote it, but we're going to see. We're going to see if we can do it. 98 to keep a fragment. Hey, New York, I'm getting there slowly but surely. Hang on. I feel so guilty, but I'm done. I write things for people and help with diet and all of that. And, if you have a chronic illness or something's going on, and they take a lot of time. Good morning, Tyler. So we're in a flash goal, Tyler. We've got 2 out of 23 so far, but you know how it goes with flash goals around here. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so I want to say that again. Cholesterol builds cell membranes, supports nerve and brain function, and the brain is especially cholesterol dense. That is a very important piece of this pie. It serves as raw material for steroid hormones like cortisol, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and vitamin D. It's needed to make bile acids, which help you digest and absorb fats and fat-soluble vitamins. And it participates in the repair process. Now, Integrative Voices, Mercola, Green Med Info, Barbara O'Neill see elevated cholesterol also as a response to damage, not just the cause. Now, I want to take that in for a second. I want you guys to think about how many people hear their doctor say, your cholesterol's too high, your cholesterol's too high. Heather G. Thank you for my club cheers. Yay! Your cholesterol's too high, you gotta do something about it, or take this medicine. Well, if you look at the perspective of what cholesterol does in the body, Evelyn, hear this. If we look at it from this perspective of integrative voices, integrative medicine, holistic doctors, naturopathic doctors, and you say, okay, cholesterol participates in the repair process. It makes bile acid, helps you digest and absorb fats and fat-soluble vitamins. It serves as raw material to steroids and hormones, cortisol, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, vitamin D. And it builds cell membranes and supports the nerve and brain function, because the brain especially is cholesterol dense, and we're taking a medicine to stop the production of cholesterol or bring down the number. What? Why are we doing that? Now, here's the key to that conversation. Elevated cholesterol is a response to damage, not just the cause. So if your body is inflamed, if you have high inflammation levels, and your cholesterol is there to repair, doesn't that make sense that you handle the inflammation and not the cholesterol? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm on to something? Do you think that that's probably the right way? Good morning, Vanessa. I don't know. That's the way I look at it. This is coffee. I'll move over here a little bit. This is coffee. So when you think from that perspective of saying, my cholesterol is high, it's over 200, it's not the best way to be. Let me look at my inflammation levels and see, yes, deal with the root cause, not the symptom. Hello. Yes. Now. Hi, April. Good morning. Thank you for my heart. So exactly, fix the problem, not the symptom. We are a symptom culture. And why are we a symptom culture? Why are we, you got the sniffles, take take something to stop it. Why are we that culture? Well, we know why, but we can't really say it here, but yes. This is why this happens. So high cholesterol itself is usually silent, right? Its symptoms are from downstream vessel damage or blocked flow. So watch for this. Yellowish fatty deposits on eyelids, elbows, knees, butt. Chest pain, shortness of breath, or reduced exercise tolerance from narrowed coronary arteries. Leg pain when walking, numbness or tingling of limbs. Cold feet, that's peripheral artery disease picture. High blood pressure, frequent headaches or dizziness in the context of vascular disease. Erectile dysfunction in men, fatigue and brain fog in women linked to impaired circulation. So lab markers, lipid panel, inflammatory markers, liver markers, insulin and glucose are essential to really seeing the pattern. So happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Well, welcome. You're going to learn all about cholesterol today for your birthday. I'm drinking coffee. TikTok. Do you guys hear that? There's a lot of signs for inflammation at 27. Welcome. You know, it's good to learn this now so that you start to change your diet at 27. And this is when I started learning, well, way earlier, 18, 19. I started reading and understanding, gave up milk that early, and changed my life. I'm 62 now, Park Pack. So welcome in. So do you guys hear that? When you look at the perspective, these are pretty, this is in my opinion, ongoing, lack of information, lack of, healthy diet, all of these things, right? Yellowish fatty deposits on your eyelids, elbows, knees, and butt, chest pain, shortness of breath, tingling in the limbs, cold feet, high blood pressure, frequent headaches or dizziness, erectile dysfunction, fatigue and brain fog in women linked to impaired circulation. All of these things lead to or are a symptom of high cholesterol. But when you look at that, they're truly a symptom of a diet that needs some help, a diet that needs to shift, a diet that is not in line with and in the rhythm of your body and your being. I don't think it's bad. I think it's a lack of education. We have grown up in a culture that talks about cheap food. Food is the last line on our budget. Those things make a difference. And when we don't have the information, so now what is considered high cholesterol? I think over 200. But years ago, when our food was cleaner, hold on, I'm so sorry. My shop is calling me. Okay. Oh, here's our lentils. Perfect. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of water, which I don't normally do, but they need a little bit of help. I'm just gonna bring that down. Remind me that's on. Okay, so Shelby, thank you for the follow, Shelby. All right, so right, Sinkers, so anything over 200, 230, everybody starts to panic. But years ago, and I think I have that in here years ago, but remember, our diets were slightly healthier years ago. If I could say to you two things for me that I intuitively feel will help cholesterol is no seed oils and a more of a plant-based diet. And we're going to talk about that. I'm not saying you should give up meat, but if you're going to eat meat, you then have to eat it with food combining theory involved. And the reason why is because if you're going to eat lean proteins, not heavy fat proteins, like I wouldn't be eating fried meats or any like fried wings or fried that. I would look for lean meats like a roast chicken breast or a fish. If you're going to eat steak, I would eat a leaner cut like flank steak. To me is a little leaner than a skirt steak, or a New York strip rather than a ribeye. And then I would eat 4 ounces, not 10 ounces or, king cuts or any of that bullshit, because that's not helping you, right? And when you do food combining, you are eating meat with fiber, is low glycemic, sort of high fiber vegetables like leafy greens, and not steakhouse. You kind of get what I'm going with, and we're gonna dive deep into this today. Now, food patterns. Oh, here we are. Food patterns that raise versus support healthy cholesterol. So from the kitchen pharmacy lens, we care less about dietary cholesterol and more about the quality of fat, sugar load, and whole food matrix, right? So when I look at this from a kitchen pharmacy perspective, I say, what are you eating? And here we are. Industrial seed oils have got to go if you have high cholesterol. And we are going to talk about the genetic cholesterol issue, because that's very different. It's a very different conversation. And we're going to talk about that. So if you're genetically, if you have that genetic thing that predisposes you to high cholesterol, we're going to talk about that. Hi, Robin. Thanks for all the follows, guys. This is a great topic, and I know for you guys, it's an important topic to talk about. Oh, let me see. Let me see if I can pin our flash goal. 1 per person that is a TikTok. Okay. Industrial seed oils are high in linoleic acid. We're talking soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, cottonseed oil. They have an excess they have excess linoleic acid, which makes your LDL, lousy cholesterol, particles fragile and prone to oxidation and foam cell plaque. Do you hear that? Please hear me. If you are suffering from a high cholesterol and the doctors have you on that stuff, that, the drug, Patricia Joy, thank you. The first thing I would do is go in your cabinet and get rid of the seed oils, 100%. They are affecting your cholesterol level because they are creating inflammation in your body, and it makes your linoleic acid and your LDL particles very fragile, prone to oxidation and foam cell plaque. So that's the bad stuff. That's the stuff that's going to really not make this work for you. Next one, ultra processed foods. Now remember, ultra processed foods, every package you pick up, every cookie, every ho-ho, ring ding, nonsense, crappy deli meats, all that stuff, right? Fried fast foods, chips, commercial baked goods, coffee creamers, margarine. Hey, Lauren, you're going to love this. I'm so glad you're here. We're talking about cholesterol today. Margarine which combine refined sugar, starch, damaged oils, high sugar, refined carb diet, white breads, pastries, sugary drinks, which raise triglycerides, small dense LDL and lower HDL, right? So excess alcohol raises triglycerides and it burdens the liver, which is key in cholesterol processing.
So when we talk like this, if that's your diet and now they're putting you on the pill thing, on that, what can we call that today? Let's give it a name. What can we call it? Let's make it something silly. No, okay. When they prescribe the stat and you're eating that diet and you go, oh, I'll take a pill. It'll keep my cholesterol down. And I can eat this crappy stuff over here because I love it. And it makes me, because if you sit down and you actually eat that list of food that we just talked about, I guarantee you, if you pay attention to the way that it actually tastes, like, did you ever eat a D donut? You know what I'm talking about? The big with the, the one, time to make the donuts, that guy. Have you ever actually tasted that donut? It leaves a ring of fat in your mouth that's gross. Like, I almost feel like you could peel it off. You can taste the chemicals. So when the doctor says, oh, you have high cholesterol, you have to take this stat, now you know why. And I want to go back because we have a bunch of people in the room, and I want to say these two. I want to connect these two things one more time for you because. Oh, good morning, doggies. You got them? I want to say this again. What does cholesterol do in the body? Here's the role of cholesterol in the body. It builds cell membranes and supports nerve and brain function. And stat, if you read the insert, you are going to see there is, and now the studies and research is coming out, it affects your brain cognition, your cognitive brain function. And I'm not telling you to stop taking anything because I am just a chef. I want to connect and make you aware why this is happening. And remember, if you have genetic predisposition of cholesterol issues, it is a very different ball game. And we are going to talk about that today also. So cholesterol, the role of cholesterol in the body supports brain and nerve function because the brain especially is cholesterol dense. It serves as raw material for steroid hormones, cortisol, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and vitamin D. It's needed to make bile acids, which help you digest and absorb fats and fat-soluble vitamins. And it participates in repair process. And my integrative voices that I listen to, Dr. Mercola, the Green Med Info, Barbara O'Neill, these people are saying elevated cholesterol is also a response to damage, to inflammation in the body. It's not just a cause. Please hear me. You're going to be able to download all of this, all of these notes in the kitchen pharmacy, which is in the LINK, the BIO. Okay, don't forget, because if you need to read this, if you need it, you will. It is very helpful information. And at the end, we're going to talk about food. Okay, so now the signs and clues of high cholesterol, which, if you're eating a diet, and we're going to talk about it again, these are the things that are happening to you, right? These are the things. High cholesterol itself is usually silent, but the symptoms are from downstream vessel damage, okay? Meaning, you're eating this diet that we're going to talk about. Hi, Arlene. Thank you, Lauren. That means so much to me when you tell me that. When you look at high cholesterol, yellowish fatty deposits on your eyelids, elbows, knees, your butt, chest pain, shortness of breath, reduced exercise tolerance from narrowed coronary arteries, leg pain when walking, numbness or tingling in your limbs, cold feet, high blood pressure, frequent headaches, dizziness in the context of vascular disease, erectile dysfunction in men, fatigue and brain fog in women, linked to impaired circulation. So your lab markers, lipid panel, inflammatory markers. See, to me, if you're going to look at high cholesterol, you have to look at, oh, your body has, you have high cholesterol, but your inflammation level and your liver markers are high. Heather G, this is a great conversation for you, and you're in the recipe vault, so download this and read it with him. It's going to change your life. Really, it really will. And that's what I want you guys. I want to make this connection today because it's so important. What can I get you?
The dogs.
You got it? Okay. All right, guys, my lentils are ready. I'm going to cover them, and then we're going to cool them off later to make our lentil salad. So now I always look at liver enzymes too a lot. Yeah, exactly. You have to look at all three things. Liver enzymes, as soon as you say, oh, you have high cholesterol, well, what's your liver enzymes and what is your inflammation? I guarantee you those are going to be out of whack, which means you are not eating the best way to support your body. Step away from the processed and foods and seed oils. It's that simple. You're going to eat cleaner, healthier, more delicious foods. Bake a cookie rather than open a Chips Ahoy. And I'm not pointing out Chips Ahoy. I'm just saying packaged food, right? So food patterns that raise versus support healthy cholesterol, right? I didn't miss a go. Don't ask me that. Just read. If you have a question in the chat and I don't respond to it, I didn't see it, just keep reposting it and I will eventually catch it. That's the only way that I can say is the best way to find me. We don't do that here, Elizabeth. Go get your own. Bye. If you're here to learn and support, we're all in. 116/7. That's awesome. Good for you. So when you put all of these things together, and we look at the kitchen pharmacy perspective, 116/78, I think that's great. No, I think that's awesome. I'm drinking my coffee. Hi, bakers. So food patterns that tend to worsen the picture or got you here in the first place. Ready? Food patterns that worsen the picture or got you here in the first place. Industrial, hear that word because it is true. Industrial seed oils. They're high in linoleic acid. Soybean, corn, canola, sunflower, safflower, cottonseed. I'm reading them because I want to make sure I get them all. Those have excess LA, linoleic acid, and they make the LDL particles fragile. Cholesterol fragile. They make it fragile. They weaken your cholesterol because it's a molecule. It's a thing. It's tangible. And they make it fragile and prone to oxidation and a foam cell plaque. So we have to make that connection and change things. Just shift a little bit. You don't notice oil. Do we know why they demonize animal fats? You're going to find out. Because they don't. You're going to find out. We're going to talk about that. Ultra processed foods. Fried fast foods, chips, commercial baked goods, coffee creamers, margarine. I mean, when margarine came out, all margarine, this is my favorite thing. My mom is from the era of fat-free everything. And I'm like, Mom, that is the wrong way to eat. You are just eating fake shit. It's not, I can't even call it food. You know, when you see, there's a couple of foods, like she used to use the Velveeta cheese, and it's actually not called cheese. It's called cheese food. Cheese food. Right, from butter to margarine. And that's when all the problems started. That's when everything started to go downhill. really downhill. The introduction of cottonseed. Cottonseed, listen to the name of that oil. Cottonseed. They had all of this left over from production. No, I am not. I was for a long time, but I am not any longer. I was for 7 years, but I will tell you, I like that. I was vegan, and for me, my blood type is A positive, I think, something like that. I tend to eat mostly vegetarian food. All right, so anyway, let me get back on track. Where was I? Put me back on track. Yeah, the 60s, right? June! Yeehaw! So glad to see you. Guys, if you want more of this information and you want to stay connected here, you can connect with us here. Oh, cottonseed oil, that's it. So when they farm cottonseed, which is a fabric, right? Cotton is used to make fabric and other, stuff like that. They had their byproduct was oil. So they said, oh, what can we do with this oil? Because it's a byproduct and we can't use it. Let's put it in food. It's a cheap way. Come on. I think they finally took it out of Ritz crackers. All right. Industrial seed oils, ultra processed food, high sugar, refined carbs, white bread, pastries, sugary drinks. That raises your triglycerides and small dense LDL and lowers your HDL. Excess alcohol raises triglycerides and burdens the liver. Remember, you need the liver, you need the cholesterol. What is it, buddy? You want to say hi to everybody this morning? Come here. Just say hello. This is Thor. He needs some attention. Okay, so excess alcohol. So do you guys get the pattern? Tell me you get the pattern. Tell me you see it. Hi buddy, corn oil, usually waste from corn used for animal feed or machinery lubricant. Exactly. And it's been put in our food by food producers for cheap ways to make food. Listen, somehow we have become a culture that thinks food is the last line on our budget. We need a big house, a fancy car, really nice. It makes you guys stay in here. It stops the scroll. Who's that cute little puppy? This is Thor. Hello, my handsome. He has a twin brother named Loki, who's somewhere around here, but he's being a good boy. Anyway, somehow we have learned that that food is the last line on our budget, and it really isn't. It has to be the first line. And I get it. We're all on budgets. We all, money's tight. Gas is going up and down and all over. But food is the most important in this house. Exactly. And, it only takes one ingredient at a time. I had thyroid removed, can't take statins, and my eyes are affected due to Graves' disease. Francine, welcome in. Please, please, please get involved and stay with us. My whole jam here, I can't even put this in here yet. There's a little arrow, yellow arrow down there. Click that and get connected, because the information here, like this is a whole big packet. There's like 9 pages with recipes. This is our kitchen pharmacy class. So you scrolled into the right place today. You want to stay involved because you're going to learn a lot. And I'm not ever going to yell at you and make you feel like, you're doing something bad. I'm going to try and help you shift and connect you with, how much food plays a role in your diet, and how do you, and how do you, help yourself. And we're gonna do recipes today and all kinds of fun stuff. Here you go, buddy. All right, go lay down. That's it. Bye. You ate enough. See you later. All right, we got a lot of thoughts in here. Is the only difference between gray and red corned beef the red food coloring? Don't know the answer to that, Cher. But I would say the three places that I promote, I use the three companies that I love that make a good product. Pineland Beef, Welshire Farms, and Garrett Valley make great corned beef. Hard to get now. You know, we have to book that corned beef in December, January, so places might be sold out already. Good morning, Queen. Okay, so are you guys getting where I'm going? We're only on page, we've been doing this for like an hour and we're in page 2, but I think the base of this is really important. You know, when you understand the role of cholesterol, it's become this bad thing rather than saying, hey, you know what? You have high cholesterol and your liver and your inflammation. What about Hudson Valley for meat? 100%. But what do you mean by Hudson Valley? Do you mean like meat from the Hudson Valley Farms in New York, or that's a company? If it's a company, I'd have to look what they're up to. We don't do that here. Don't be poaching my peeps. Go get your own. Go put out great content that people want to follow, my love. Keep on moving. I'm drinking mushroom coffee. Okay, so you kind of get it, right? The diet we talk about all the time and how we want to shift organic, clean, whole foods. Woo! You guys are ripe today. Another one bites the dust, and another one gone, and another one's gone, another one bites the dust. Do you see them coming, Robin? Before you got here this morning, I think I had to mute 2 others. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so foods that support. Let's talk about what's going to support healthy cholesterol handling. A large Mediterranean plant-forward pattern aligns very well with both naturopathic and conventional lipid data. And what I mean by that is when you add like the gel-forming fiber, oats, barley, rye, lentils, beans, peas, apples, pears, berries, carrots, sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts, fiber binds bile and cholesterol, and it alters the microbiome. It helps lower the LDL. I know. Thank you for my hand heart. Thank you for all the follows, guys. I really, honestly, it means a lot. It means we are doing the right thing. And how you stay connected, you can stay connected right here. There, you can join the LINK in my bio. Thank you, my love. Thank you. And, you know, do all the things, tap, share. This is our kitchen pharmacy every Wednesday morning. Next week, we're going to discuss chronic illness and the Klingons, parasites, but we're going to call them Klingons the whole morning. And we're going to go over that in depth because the connection is very important. And when I work with some of you guys, a lot of you guys, you know, there's a LINK in the BIO or the arrow down here or that where you join. When you go there and you see my friend Stan, some people come and they sit with me for an hour. We do a little meeting and I make them recipes. But I often talk about intuitively, I hear, I don't know, you better, you know, let's rule out parasites, you know, Klingons, let's call them Klingons, you know, because when we talk about that, you really start to make the connection. Okay, so whole plant foods, rich in unsaturated fats, nuts, seeds, improve LDL and total cholesterol when eating regularly in moderate amounts. Moderate amounts are, you know, 2 Brazil nuts, a 1/4 cup, a tablespoon of seeds, all of those things. Here we go. Another one's coming. Ooh, you just reached level 8, Lauren. Thank you. Lauren is our resident RD and validator of Chef Liz. She's my validator. Oh, awesome. That's your role, validator RD. Okay, so olive oil and avocado oil as your primary added fats so that you're replacing seed oils and butter in many applications. So now for me, and this is how I rank fats: olive oil, avocado oil, then I talk about coconut oil, but remember that's a saturated fat. So while you're lowering your cholesterol and lowering inflammation, stick with olive and avocado. You can bake with avocado. I wouldn't be frying anything right now. Even in avocado and olive oil, hang tight on that. Give your body a little bit of a break to lower your inflammation level. It will help. And then, then we go to butter, beef tallow, and then the fun fats, I call them bacon fat and chicken fat. Those are really in super moderation. I call those the holiday fats, right? You're having a special dinner and, not every week has to be somebody's birthday or anniversary, but those are your holiday fats, right? Like those are the ones where, you make this special, it's coming up to Passover. You're going to use chicken fat for your chopped liver. Okay. You're going to use it. It's that time of year. It's your holiday treat, right? Hi, welcome in, Alicia. Don't forget to drop your heart. Let's get those big moving again. We need to get back up. We ended last week with almost 200. My goal is 1,000. We'll get there because we got a lot of followers and everybody shows up and enjoys this. So let's do it. Good morning. God bless you, Kath. Okay, so fatty fish. For those who eat animal foods, salmon, sardines, mackerel, they supply omega-3 fats that lower triglycerides and support anti-inflammatory signaling. Now, you will never see me ever eat a sardine or mackerel. I'm not doing it. I can't take the flavor of that fish, but I will eat salmon. We've cooked that a lot. Those are your 3 favorites. So hey, Glogo, thanks for the follow. So listen, Hey, Mr. DJ, keep those records playing. Okay, I can't find it. All right, everybody go away. Go. Oh my God, today, Robin. Oh, it doesn't stop. You were brought up with that fish? Yeah, my grandma used to make all that too. Tuna's great, but are you talking about fresh tuna or canned? If you're using canned, I would say please use something like Wild Planet, the lower mercury ones, right? Because you don't want to affect heavy metals and you want to be easy. I wouldn't eat tuna every week. Canned, you have the safe catch. Okay, make sure they say like low mercury, like you want the smaller tuna. I don't know safe catch, but I think that's a good one. Is that the one with the American flag on it? I forget. Yeah, just be careful. I do eat tuna also. We have Wild Planet in my shop. And once you eat Wild Planet for like 3 months or any of those, you cannot, okay, mercury tested. Yeah, exactly. You want to make sure about that. So no, you can eat tuna if you want, but just make sure you're doing the mercury tested. Okay, good. Oh yeah, I think so too. I think that's the other one. I think that one you see more in grocery stores than the Wild Planet. I mean, you're talking $5 a can, some places $6, but it's really good. Yeah, no, chicken and sea bumblebee. I can't eat that, and I grew up with that tuna. I grew up with it. I grew up with that tuna. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I just want to grab something. Go in your crate, guys. Let's go. Go in your crate. Go lay down. Go lay down. Okay. Sorry. Okay, now, fatty fish. Now, soy and other legumes. If you are soy sensitive, this one's out, right? You have to know your food, know how it works for you. Come on. Go lay down. Go on. Go lay down. Hi, Margaret. Welcome aboard. We should have an onboarding, welcome in kind of class. We should do that. That would be fun. We should do like a a newbie class to get everybody up to speed. Okay, let's see. So soy, other legumes, tofu, tempeh, miso, lentils, chickpeas, soy isoflavonoids, and plant protein modestly, lower LDL. Now, I'm not talking about the packaged, hey Jan, the packaged Bloomfield, New Mexico. Welcome in, Oreo. I'm not talking about the frozen, fake, plant-based meat. I would avoid that stuff. I'm talking about whole foods. And here, that's what you learn how to cook. I make it easy. I have a recipe vault that you can get access to. It's less than a cup of coffee, a fancy cup of coffee, $5 a month. And you have access to over 500 whole food, real food recipes that are spot on. And the people that have been here forever will tell you they are spot on. Now, sometimes I change the recipe when I'm teaching it here, which June will tell you, but it's still perfect. It still tastes great. So whole pseudo grains, we call them, quinoa, 50 grams a day lowered the total cholesterol and triglycerides and LDL. That's a study, right? And I follow my studies. I follow my studies from Green Med Info. Green Med Info is the largest. You got to go lay down. Go on. Go in your crate. Go on. Go in your crate. I want attention today. Okay. Antioxidant-rich plants, deeply colored vegetables, herbs, spices, green tea, those all support LDL protection from oxidation. Now, a regular diet, and I tell people this all the time, 90% of the time, I'm 100% organic when I eat. When I'm home, I'm eating organic food. Maybe from quinoa, it was different, wasn't bad, but was different. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard. You could do those seed breads where you don't have the flour, or you could do it with almond flour. Come here, pal. Come here, baby. Come here. Just a little. Come here. Come here. Just a little drop. Just a little drop. Let's get you calm. There we go. Good boy. Oh my God, you guys can't see the doggy. Hold on, let me see if you can see him. Oh, he just got up. He knew I was going to show you. What do you think about powdered super greens for children if they're picky with vegetables? I think they're great. Hey, Alicia, level 4. Level 4. Oh, look, and 200 minutes. You got all kinds of stuff going on in here. I love that. You know, the more, and I say this a lot in my videos, the more you stick around, the more, good morning, the more you learn. Repetition is the mother of learning. Being in the recipe vault, showing up for classes. We have a schedule that comes out every month. Like, I try and get it out the week before, so next week this will come out. And our schedule is right here. I'm not going to change the words. I'm going to be cooking today, yes. I already cooked. We already talked about cooking lentils. We're gonna make a lentil salad. We're gonna cook. But this stuff, you need to understand this stuff first, because why am I making the foods I'm making is what's important. Fiber, Alicia, fiber. You're not eating enough fiber, and you got to drink water. Water, pears, apples, bananas, greens, all of that stuff. Hey, Chai Health, all that. You got to get more fiber in your diet. That's all that means. You know, you could do fiber and then you eat an egg, like a little bit of scrambled egg and some water, and the protein of the egg will bind everything and come out. I'm drinking coffee. We even have merch. Ooh. All right. My son was sick. He was on a brat diet, now constipated. Yeah. Can you give him like pears, banana? Start there and stay away from don't give him that snacky stuff, you know? How old is your son? Now remember, for those of you guys that are new here, I've been cooking organic whole food since I'm 18. It's been over 40 years now. And I've been in the organic whole food, clean industry for the entire time. I read a book from Gary Null, 8 Days of Sugar, Not Getting As Hungry. It's interesting. That's great, Poodle. You know, I have a cleanse book. It's 240 pages and it talks about and has a 7-day sugar reset with recipes. It's a cleanse book. It's called The Sacred Reset. And it's in the LINK, the BIO. I forget how much it is, $19, $24, but it is really very good. And there's information in there on parasites, all kinds of stuff. It's great and it will really support you. Thanks, Alicia. How old is your baby? 10. Okay. Aw. Yeah, that's not fun. All right. Fiber, fiber, fiber. And I would do fruit fiber. If you can get him to eat prunes or prune juice, that's going to help a lot. And he doesn't need a lot, a couple of ounces, because, you don't want him to be in school and have an issue. Yeah, it's less than 5. Yeah, the ebooks, the resources in that LINK and the BIO will help cement what you learn in the lives, and it keeps you, busy. Thanks, Robin. Okay, so antioxidant-rich plants, we said all that. So now what I did in here is I gave you a quick table of information in here, and it tells you what it tends to raise and how to support, right? So you can look, it's like a reference guide. So with fats, right? Deep fried foods and seed oils, which is anywhere you go in a restaurant, unless they say we're not using seed oils. Like we say, we're not using seed oils in my deli, right? And then how do you switch that? I gotta move this. Sorry, Alicia. Let me put this down here and see if that helps. Okay, that's better. Extra virgin olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, modest whole animal fats. Now, when I say that, what I mean is, again, the holiday foods, right? Beef tallow. That would be my go-to animal fat. What's the best oil to use? We're talking about the best oils that you can have in your kitchen cabinet are olive oil and avocado oil. Avocado oil for baking, sauteing, olive oil. You can mix them for cold salads if you don't want to spend, if you want to balance the cost and you don't want that heavy olive oil taste, you can blend olive and avocado. That's what we do in my shop. And then you can also, then next after that would be the saturated fats, coconut oil, butter, and ghee, sort of here, and beef tallow. Then I talk about, you have to calm down, puppy. You have to calm down. It's going to be okay. You don't need any more food. You got enough food. Come here. Well, I hear. Sorry, guys. He needs attention. I have olive oil. Perfect. That's what you want. The most important thing that you can do is especially when we're talking about cholesterol, you really need to move seed oils out of your cabinet. And I would say, usually I say to people when you're running out and you want to replace, wait till it runs out. But with seed oils, especially if you have inflammation, I would move it out. It's okay. It's one ingredient at a time, Alicia. That's it. Yes, Clee. If you go in the link in the BIO, if you follow that, there's a book, an ebook that I wrote. It's like 54 pages, and it has food in it, like actual 7-day diets. It's called Beat the Bloat, and it's all about gut health. And it's like a 7-day reset. It's very helpful for people who have, that don't really know. We don't know because who taught us? Nobody taught us to eat right. Nobody taught us to eat right. I'm giving you an excuse to lean on, but now that we're aware, we're responsible, right? So now you have a place to come where I'm going to teach you how to eat right? One ingredient at a time. I just changed last night I stayed up till 1:30 in the morning. I rewrote the Premium Pantry Makeover, which is a free download for you guys. I rewrote it. So if you have access to it and you oh, everybody has access. So you might want to go back in and re-download it because I changed it a little bit. I gave you a little bit more information. I gave you a checklist. And a couple of other easy, like a downloadable sort of help to get you there, to show you what to look for in a little bit easier way. It's slightly, it's a revised thing. Yes, it is a lifestyle change, but it's easy when you do it one day at a time, one ingredient at a time. It becomes easier. And I think, it's a learning process. And the more that you come here and take a class with me, you start to hear the same thing or the repetitiveness of it. It's like taking a class or reading a book, It's up. We got the puzzle piece. You got to stop. You got to go calm down. Go on. Go calm down. All right. So then with carbs, right? Carbs with sugary drinks, white bread, pastry, candies, switch that, right? You're going to go to legumes, whole grains, roots, fruit with fiber, intact. That's what you're looking for. And then protein. Here's the protein. Rob, right? We learned together. Exactly. Good morning, Linda. Are you kidding me right now? I know. I don't get it. So processed meats, high intake of fast food meats. Are you hearing that? Stop going through the drive-through. Slow yourself down. Let's slow down as a culture, right? Let's look at what's really important. We don't need 10 activities for our kids. They're going to be fine. They can be bored. I'm a grandma age. I'm 62 this summer. I'm watching the evolution, and I know my 60 plus get it. We're seeing the evolution. We're watching the baby boomers. We're watching what we've done and the fruits of our labor of craziness. Oh, we're not, our culture's running too fast. It's okay if we have a day off to maybe meal prep and teach our kids how to farm and plant seeds and pick food. You know what I mean? And I'm not judging. I'm helping. I want to give us a different way to be that still makes you feel comforted and happy and not burdened, right? Right. Exactly. Okay, so you got that. Okay. Now, the way foods are here is where food combining for me is one of the most important spots. Heartburn, okay, you can drink aloe, you can ignore it for a certain amount of time. But cholesterol, if you want to avoid the stats, if you want to avoid your brain deteriorating. But he remembers. My mom too. They remember. They're the last generation. My mom's 87 this year, Heather. They are the last generation that ate fresh food. Their generation started with TV dinners, margarine. As they got older and when they started having kids in their 20s, that's when food started to seriously shift. Think about that. Right? So that's 50 years ago, food started to really shift. TV dinners, the moms in the 70s started going to work, right? Things changed. They weren't home making fresh dinner. Mary Love! That it's when it started. Right. My mom's 94 and she cooked fresh food every day growing up. No soda, no chips. Exactly. And I bet she's never been on a stat. I am convinced, and I'm not saying walk away. I'm saying change this first and then walk away, right? Make the changes now, except Sunday, right? Yeah, I had my uncle, I've talked about quite a bit when I first got on here. 92, he played in the New York Philharmonic for 40 years. Leonard Bernstein invited him to play in the orchestra. He was in the Boston Symphony, down in New Orleans, traveled the world with the symphony. He was unbelievable. He left this earth with marbles intact. He never took anything ever. Had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and he said, I don't care. He's like a cranky, curmudgeon, crazy man, but he didn't take anything. And I was like, my theory stands true. Now, I'm not saying, please hear me. I am not telling you to change anything except the way that you eat. Because when you change that, things start to happen and everything else you don't need. You understand? When we make the shift, diets don't work. They just don't work because you're doing something temporarily, right? You're doing something temporary. How are you, my friend? It's nice to see you. You're doing it temporarily. Diet by its very nature is temporary, right? But when you shift what you eat, when you make a decision that processed foods are not going to work anymore, and you make that decision and you start eating for you, like for your health, and you connect things like we did this morning with cholesterol, I want to hammer that home because it makes a difference. So food combining. I've talked about this a lot, right? It's in my food philosophy book. It's really important. Oh, I love to hear that. That's so great. Oh, look, here's my 87-year-old mom. She's on her way to bowling. Okay. All right, sorry guys. All right, so here's what I want to do. It's about talking about, I wish I had my whiteboard. You guys remember my whiteboard? When I first started, I had my whiteboard and I'd write stuff down. Get a pen out and a piece of paper. I'll give you a minute. Do 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 do. Daniela, welcome. It's okay. Think of it as a temporary solution till you get yourself on track. If you go in the LINK and the BIO, there's like a $7 blood pressure thing to download. If you don't want to do that, start with a free download, Premium Pantry Makeover. Go look at your closet. Go look at your pantry. Go look at what's in your refrigerator. Start there. Make that step first. I'm not selling you anything. I'm just giving you a resource to help. Connect here. Just start to do the research. You're going to feel better. Really, Wisconsin, you made a move. I love it. Baby steps. Bink, 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 bink. It's easy when you do baby steps. Well, welcome. So happy to see you. Daniela, you got this. And this is a great community. We're everywhere. You can watch replays on YT. Join our Book of Face. That is a great place to be. We're everywhere. The organic food movement. We need more help in IG also. And you will see it changes. And the thing that you want to look at, really the focus is inflammation. When your body's inflamed, that's when everything goes out of whack. And how do you get inflamed? Processed foods, stress, processed foods, seed oils, stress, high sugar packaged foods, stress, right? These are the things. So when you start to pay attention, that's when you can start making the change, because once you're aware and you start to think, oh, wait a minute, this is not going to help my inflammation. I want to switch. I'm going to bake my own cookie today with maple sugar or coconut sugar. It's easy. Oh, chef's got a recipe. Let me use that. You know what? Instead of buying, what's that stuff? Jello pudding in a cup that doesn't need to be refrigerated. I'm going to make chia seed pudding. I'm going to get high fiber. I'm going to feel better. Chef's got 3 or 4 recipes in the recipe vault. Let me try one of those today. Simple. You see where I'm going? Dis-ease, yeah, of course. Yep, that's it. It makes such a difference, Daniela. It really does. Join the party. It's so fun here. Thank you, Mary. Okay, so food combining. Let's talk about that. Favor meals with fiber, fat, and protein. Buffer the starch, right? So think like this. Think beans, whole grain, vegetables, olive oil, instead of like mashed potatoes and a steak. So what this does is it flattens the postprandial glucose. Flattens glucose and triglyceride spikes, right? At lunch, and it's sort of like a diabetic, right? Type 2 diabetic. Same thing with food, right? You're gonna just 500 minutes. That's awesome. It's going to just do this. Lunchtime, brown rice, brown basmati rice, a half a cup of black beans, some sliced avocado, and broccoli. You want to add a little sour cream, a tablespoon or so? Fine, if that's going to get it down. Fine, I don't care. I don't think it's not going to play any role. I don't think you have to be, unless you are dealing with a very serious illness or massive blockage or blah, blah, blah. But if you are just trying to get yourself nice and clean, yep, we're going to make lentil salad in a minute. You're going to see that shift is going to make the world of difference. Right now, if you're got that blood type O, what you're going to do is you're going to eat like a piece of grilled chicken or fish, a piece of poached salmon with some cucumber salad, and be done. No carbs. Food combining rule is, and what? Let me do this. Why you're food combining? So your digestive enzymes can't fire all at the same time, or they don't. They just don't. Your body doesn't produce them at the same time. And I think there's something to do with thank you, Kath. You want to be able to, when you eat carbs, the digestion starts in the mouth. If you're eating heavy animal proteins, they take longer to digest. So here's the one I always use. Bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich on a roll. Very popular in the Northeast. I don't know about everywhere else, but I know in the Northeast, bagel in the morning with a fried egg and cheese. All of that stuff, you can't digest that all at the same time. So what happens is it lands in the stomach and it sits there because digestive enzymes aren't firing. They don't know what to do. Do I go after the meat? Do I go after the carbs? What do I do? I don't know what to do. So it sits there and it putrefies in the stomach. That's why you're bloated. That's why you're gassy. That's why you're like, oh, I can't get this digested. My stomach hurts. I don't feel good. I'm bloated. Can't go to the bathroom. Well, because you're not able to digest any of that, nothing is breaking down. So what happens is, right? Remember all of this. Now here's where it all comes from, right? So it's sitting there blobbed up. You start getting moody or cranky, right? Brain, gut access, right? The brain, serotonin's produced there. Your brain isn't working, gets all foggy. Nothing's digesting. You get a headache. You're a mess. Ferments, perfect word. So now cholesterol starts to say, hey, something's not working. So it sort of forms free radicals in the body and it starts scratching free radicals start to form, right? And they scratch the arterial walls, and then the molecule cholesterol, remember, it's a repair. It does repair. So now it's going to try and heal the arteries, and it starts to form cholesterol, and it builds up and builds up and builds up and builds up. And now you're clogged, and they blame it on cholesterol. Meanwhile, the whole time cholesterol is trying to fix your inflammation and the way that you're eating. You get it? Oh, take a stat because you got bad cholesterol. Well, you got bad cholesterol because you're eating shit all day long and incorrectly combined. Get it? I'm saying it right, Lauren? What's my the validator? Dun, dun, dun. So what I say to people is favor meals where fiber and fat and protein buffer the starch, right? So if you want to eat an egg and bacon, don't eat a roll, a biscuit, fried potatoes. You're gonna have to say goodbye to them for now. Just that's again, holiday. Want to do it for a holiday? It's my birthday. I'm eating a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. Okay, do it. But other than that, you don't want to do it. Another one bites the dust. That's going to be our song. You know how people do songs and they have a voice thing, they have cheers and claps and all that crap. We're going to have that song. Hi, Joan. Welcome. So this is what we're talking about. Now, if you guys want to learn more about this, here, this is where you want to go. Go here, click that arrow, join the LINK and the BIO. There's a lot of things you can do. Ooh, that's all we need to get a fragment. That's not bad. That's a doable number. We're so close, our little Dianese. Okay, so combine antioxidant-rich herbs and spices and polyphenol-rich plants with fats, meaning rosemary, turmeric with meats, greens, and olive oil. That helps protect lipids from oxidation during cooking and in the blood. You got it? Sorry, guys. Thank you, Robin. Did we get all our gifts? All right, let's redo our goals. Oh, we have one more. One more. Thank you for my heart, BF. We're cranking it up. Guys, if you are here for the first time, I'm Chef Liz. I've been cooking organic whole foods and studying food and healing for 40 years. And about 15 months ago, I came on here. I'm the executive chef at Nature's Temptations in Ridgefield, Connecticut. I come live there a lot. This Thursday, for sure, I'm going to be live because I'm catering and you'll see us losing our minds, getting stuff ready. I have to cater for like 40 people. I'm going to be late on Thursday night because I'm going to be catering. So when I get home, I'll come on for Q&A. I think I'm going to bake cookies, but I might have to sit in a chair because I'll be delirious. I'll be cooking from 6 a.m. Squat, right? I don't know what a burger is, and will I run around more than you? I mean, Daniela, you have to look at the big picture. Is he healthy? Is he working out? You know, to me, I don't like to tell people to not eat something. I'm not that person that's like, rah, 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 you're a jerk, rah, you're gonna, unalive if you, I don't like that because I think it freezes people. I think it makes you feel less than. So to me, if he's eating Whataburger every day, what is that? It's like a burger place, a drive-through. If he's eating that every day, I think over time, that's not going to bear well for him. However, if his body, if he's like, and this is what I notice. I'm going to speak for myself here. I'm a chef, right? I'm on my feet all day long. My step count when I measure it is about 20,000 every day. On a catering day, I'm doing 40, 50,000. Yeah, I'm going to, Heather, I'm going to prove it. Your comments got, I am just approving them. Yeah, shaming it doesn't work. So for me, I say I'm going to offer this, right? Over time, I think that's what we do here, right, Heather? Over time, I don't think I don't think drive-throughs are going to serve any person very well, right? There's additives we don't know about. There's seed oils. I mean, they're pretty nefarious, right? Like the food, that's not real food in any stretch of the imagination. Drive-throughs are not serving real food. So, what I was saying is, for me, I can't consider 20,000 steps for me a workout. I've got to go to 50,000. I have to add 20,000 steps to my regular day, because I'm already doing that as a regular. So for me, guys that are, or anybody, women, whoever, doing construction and they're burning all day long, but they're still eating not healthy food, I don't think over time that's going to make a difference. Got it? So, Lauren, I mean, just read the ingredients of fast food and you know that what you're eating isn't working. Hold on, please. I'm sorry, just hold on 1 second. Sorry, I need help. Please come and get them. They're flipping out and I think they need to go out, please. I can't. Yeah, so I had to get off the snack food, only organic coconut oil, popcorn for now. Yeah, just for now, exactly. Rebalance yourself, turn down the inflammation, and then seriously use those foods as holiday foods, right? Like when you, and then you can manage that. Then you can manage your inflammation. Inflammation is going to be the thing that gets you every time. Inflammation and stress. And stress and inflammation go hand in hand. If you're stressed out, can you call Thor? Come on, buddy. All right, sorry guys. So reduce pairings of high sugar plus high fat, donuts, ice cream, pastries. Learn to make some of that stuff at home. Ron, can you get this too for me, please? All right. Sorry, guys. Another one bites the dust, and another one's gone, and another one's gone. Another one bites the dust. Dun, 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 dun. When I was in, back in the day when organic food was third party certified, I've told this story a couple of times. A bunch of people were invited, and then you could get a ticket to this. The FDA paired with, some of the third-party certifiers when they were going to hand over the certification to the FDA, and they said, the farmers were getting up and they said, how can we, you're allowing the fast food company that you're talking about, Kath, to have potatoes on the pesticide. They're a registered pesticide. The potato was a registered pesticide. How can we trust that you are not gonna, hurt the food industry? And, the FDA was like, they used their safe and effective phrase. It was quite an interesting thing. I was there in that moment, listening to farmers from all over the country. It was sometime in the early 90s. God, I forget now. It's been a long time. And we trusted them. And I still trust the USDA certification. I do. I think we're holding the line still. But I think that we have to be very careful with what we put in our bodies. The guy who did the documentary Supersize Me? Do you guys remember that guy? His girlfriend was vegan. It took him, I think, almost a year to clear all of what happened, and he eventually passed away. I don't know what from. I don't know. I can't remember. But the story's quite interesting. And, I often wonder, was it brought on by that month? I think he did it for like 30 days or something. Was it brought on? I have no idea, but it would be interesting to know his whole story. And I think there was a lot of information talked about that. Michael Moore? No. Isn't Michael Moore, doesn't he do the political documentaries? I think he's the political documentarist. Is that a word? Right? Yeah, it's a different guy. Pretty sure it's a different guy. That was an interesting documentary. It was really pretty scary. Anyway, so let's get back. Build your plate so every starch is married to fiber, color, and clean fat. Got it? Very important. Every starch is married to fiber, color, and a clean fat. And your protein is married to, yes, but why? Food Inc. is one documentary that got me. Food Inc. is unbelievable, but there's even another one. I cried when I saw that movie. Is that the one with the cows where they show you in the factory farms that they drill a hole and they put a funnel in the cow? Because cows are naturally, grass. They feed on grass. And factory farming, this is kind of interesting. You want to hear something? You have to be really careful because this is why Oprah got in so much trouble. Hey, how are you? Happy Wednesday. Yes, exactly. That's what I was going to say. So they cut a hole in a cow's stomach and they feed it digestive enzymes because it can't break down corn and soy. And then they have all this methane gas from not being able to digest. And then they say, oh, this global warming, eat bugs instead. It's like, really? Anyway, we're getting off topic. All right, alternative medical views regarding cholesterol. I really want to talk about this. All of these perspectives are more sympathetic to cholesterol as a functional, sometimes protective molecule, and are skeptical of aggressive, stat-only suppression. But their emphasis is different. Okay. And I want to touch on each one of them because they're all very big in the world of alternative and people read them all the time. Right. And then they get infections and need antibiotics. It's a mess. Exactly. So the idea is that you want to go back to, the local farmer down the road. You want to go back to organic, clean, small farm, small production. Okay, so Dr. Mercola, I like him. I think he has fabulous information. And I also love the medical medium. The only thing I don't like about them is they're very severe. They're very aggressive. They're very like, oh, you gotta do it. That doesn't bode well for people who are trying to help themselves. I want to come from a perspective of their information is really important. And I would suggest taking what you can that works for you based on blood type, based on your ancestry, based on comfort food, based on all of those things that I talk about, and use their information because it's important and really very, very well researched. I believe in what they talk about. Sometimes here's the way. Sometimes you've heard this, the messenger gets in the way of the message. And I think that's what pushes people away. They can't hear it because it's very upsetting to think that, thank you, Incognito. I really appreciate that. So Dr. Mercola sees cholesterol as essential. It warns that very low cholesterol is associated with mood, neurological problems, higher mortality rate in some settings. critiques the LDL-centric model and emphasizes oxidation of fragile PUFA-rich LDL from seed oils, right? Plus insulin resistance as the key drivers of arterial sclerosis rather than whole food saturated fats. Now, what does that mean? That means to me that when you are just eating the same SAD diet, standard American diet, of over-processed, high seed oils, all of these things. Think about this. The oil plays no role except in dollars and cents. Seed oils are cheaper than a really good bottle of olive oil and a really decent bottle of avocado oil. So at the end of the day, that is all you're talking about. Because really, we're only using the oil we use because mom used that oil, or it was the cheapest oil on sale for the week. Let's be honest, right? So it's not going to make a difference except in financial. So now what we have to do is shop sale and really pay attention to the quality of oil, pick one, and then watch for the sale. And when the sale comes, let's get it in our budget that you can buy 2 bottles and then only use it when you need to. If it's budget related, then we're going to have to change the way we eat so that you can eat the right oils, feed them to your kids the right way. You see what I'm saying? So now what that means to us is you don't want to have low cholesterol. You want to support healthy cholesterol. How do we do that? Well, we're going to get rid of seed oils and switch to the oils we talked about. And then we're going to food combine. So if I want a scrambled egg and bacon, I'm going to eat that with some sauteed greens or steamed broccoli. That's a perfect breakfast. That's healthy. 1 piece of bacon. Jillian, you can go here, honey. You can connect there. I try and connect with my DMs, but this is a better way to get me too. That will connect us. But you can try and DM me. And I also have an email somewhere. You can email me. Check in the LINK and the BIO. It should be there too. So you get where I'm going. Everybody connects to what I'm saying right there. So instead of looking at cholesterol as bad, it's so bad. It's not. Insulin resistance. Okay, well, let's follow that. I like the, I found somebody that I've been following that's amazing, and we think the same way. She's a doctor and I'm a chef. I got to connect with her. I don't know how she's going to feel about that, so I'm waiting to see if she figures me out. But this is the thing. 1 ingredient at a time will make the shift permanent. It will make the shift permanent. Take the top 10 things that you're eating in your house and in your lifestyle and make sure those ingredients are clean, organic, fresh. When you do that, the shift starts to become very easy. So favors, Dr. Mercola favors eliminating industrial seed oils and ultra processed foods. Low to moderate carb, nutrient-dense whole foods. Do you hear that? Oh, he sounds like me. He's a validator, right? Sun-derived vitamin C, that 10 minutes in the day, walk your dog at sunshine. We can slow down a little. You're working from home, you got plenty of time to walk outside in the morning. You don't have to rush. You get your kids out to school, I know it is a lifestyle shift. I get it. If you can't do the first morning sun, get outside for lunch. The spring is coming. See if you can sit outside for lunch. I have to do that myself. I am inside way more than I want to be. Natural supports like omega-3, coenzyme Q10. That's a very expensive supplement, but it's very, very good. And if you need it, for those of you, for that the woman that was talking to me earlier today that had on the blood pressure meds, do that's a good vitamin for you. K2, vitamin D and K2. Sometimes red yeast rice extract is a gentler option than high dose statins. However, we've noticed, you've got to get a very, very, very good brand, Thorne, Metagenics, Vital Nutrients, because they're leaching the benefit out of that vitamin because they know how much it works. All right, Sayer Yi from Green Med Info. His website is peer-reviewed clinical trial scientific studies that proves the theories of natural health and healing. He talks about therapeutics, chronic illness. It is an unbelievable website, quite technical, but if you read it over time, that's how I did it. I've been reading his publications for years, and I'm starting to understand them. I used to have to sit with a dictionary, but now I'm better. Yes. Okay, so he's strongly critical of the cholesterol hypothesis, and especially the use of stats, highlighting documented toxicities and overstated benefits. Remember, if we approach cholesterol as a protector, as what we talked about in the beginning, right? It's a builder and supporter of nerve and brain function, and a protector. It also is needed to make bile acids, which helps digest and absorb fats. When we look at it from that perspective, it is very important to help rather than suppress, right? Support rather than suppress here. So, and the very first, most easiest thing to do is to remove those seed oils. Just that. And then pay attention to how you combine your food. When you do that, a year later, you are going to see unimaginable things happen to your body. So Green Med, right, curates research. So he looks at research showing context where higher LDL may correlate with lower risk of certain conditions, some infections, the C word, possibly overall mortality in seniors, and suggests its protective role in some settings. And it emphasizes, again, support the body's intelligence. I love that. Your body knows. If you have inflammation, if you have joint pain, if you have chronic illness, your body is telling you what you're putting inside it. Your stress load is affecting the way that it can work for you. Let's help our body. This is our temple. We get one. How do we make that work? Now, when we look at this and we talk to ourselves through this perspective, it becomes easier, better, because now you have to say, oh my gosh, I want to be here for my grandchildren. Knowledge is power, 100%. 100%. Once you're aware, you're responsible, because knowledge is power. Well, Thea, if you're eating potato chips out of a bag, turn it around. Is it seed oil? It's seed oil. It's a gut wrencher. It's a gut destroyer, seed oil. 100%. Now you're going to spend $12 a bag for beef tallow potato chips. Or let me see, there's a beef tallow potato chip. It's like $11 or $12 a bag. And then there's another company. What's the other company that's a good brand? Where's I gave my phone. Okay, hold on. There is a new seed oil potato chip that's pretty good. They're like $8 a bag or something like that. That's expensive. So what if you slice potatoes and make your own potato chips, and you do it in avocado, a blend? Oreo, you've been here today, or somebody else has that, but we are talking about cholesterol, the misunderstood molecule. It's going to be a longer day because I should be done already, but I'm not. We're going to cook. I want to make lentil salad for you guys, and I want to make a juice. But I think this is really important information, and I can tell by the amount of people that are still in the live that you guys are digging it. So I love that. So if you guys can support the live by tapping, you know, getting us through this, the 3.3 cabbages, the 3.3 thousand cabbages. If you guys can, we need to get that for a fragment to stay up and being pushed out. Really important. We have 144 shares. Let's get to 300 shares today. Share it out, share it out, share it out. You can do it. Let's bring people in. We got 17 new followers today. I know there's a lot of people in here today. If you haven't dropped a heart, really do it. Drop your heart. Do your daily 3, right? That daily trio. It's the heart, the comment, the go populars. Those make a huge difference to your creator and to you, those engagement points. And chat it up. That's going to push us out. So share, 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 share. Okay, let's see. Okay, where am I? Support the body's intelligence, dietary lifestyles. It's that simple. Now, I know food is connected. I get it. But you can make your own food. Like you see, Monday nights, I have to call that something. Sub only is not the right thing. I think it's like, let's cook everything and anything, you know? Any of those things. Yeah, repost, all of that really helps the algorithms get us out there and really keep our fragment. We got to get we need to get our fragments back up today. Oh, this recycles. Let me see if I can update. Hold on, I'm going to edit. Let's edit. And then we're going to cook. We're going to cook, 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 cook. Oh, we haven't done our Hat of Joy, our Pot of Gold. Okay, let's do these. Let's do these. We're going to do a bunch. We're going to do some fun ones that we haven't done. We're going to up the ante. Let's get our hat. We got this, guys. And then one more really good one. Let's see. Oh, they're saying 10-8. Oh, let's do fireworks. Okay, if we do these, we're going to get our fragment today. You ready? Here's our goals. Let's get our fragment. And share, 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 share. Thank you for my traveling dining. Okay. Send love for organic food. Changing your diet. Okay, so now naturopathic medicine. This is a general lens, right? Naturopathic medicine views cholesterol abnormalities as a sign of underlying terrain issues. Remember what I said about terrain. Terrain is what's going on in your body metabolically. What's the biome? I'm going to read it to you. Overall internal environment of your body, nutrition, inflammation level, gut health, hormones, detox capacity, and stress combined. What is going on? That's your terrain. What's going on internally? Hey, Deborah, thanks for the share. So these are the things that are going to make the difference, right? And you know, insulin resistance, chronic fatigue, chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, liver gallbladder congestion, stress, and sleep disruption. What areas are we focusing on? I know you know this. You're going to answer. What do we have to focus on? Number 1. Don't say seed oils. I'm talking number 1. Love that term, terrain. Bingo. Yes. Oh, look at that. We already got down so much. We can do this. It's so close. We have to get that. We got to get that. We're going to get it. Let's do it. Do it, do it, do it. Anti-inflammatory whole food diet, Mediterranean, plan forward, sometimes vegan or flexitarian. That's such a weird word. Rich in fiber, omega-3, phytonutrients. To me, I guess I'm a flexitarian, I guess. I'm mostly vegetarian, sometimes vegan, and then I eat meats. But I eat clean, organic. Charge strike! Now I know we got this. How are you, my love? You want to have plant-based food. I'm going to drink some water. If you're going to eat meat, you absolutely want to. You absolutely want to. Thank you, Deborah. You absolutely want to eat them with food combining rules in place. So, olive oil, sautéed greens, a raw kale salad, um, you know, and then if you need a carb with that, eat some roasted carrots, roasted root vegetables. No mashed potatoes, no bread, no steak sandwich, no meatball sandwich. No, 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 and oh, no. One more thing. No. You get it? It's that simple. It's small little shifts get you to eat what you love without hurting your being. But you should be plant-based till you get your numbers and your inflammation down as best that you can. Flexitarian. Eat more fish. Fins and feathers is a really good way to say it. Have some roast turkey with, stay away from those heavy meals. Keep them as your holiday birthday meals, celebratory meals. How do you feel about the bean diet? I feel that any diet is not going to work. This is how I feel about diets, Queen. I have a food philosophy book coming out. I've been talking about it for months. I have fallen into the perfection mode, and I keep reading it and changing slightly because when it comes out, I believe that it's going to be the best. Thank you, Robin. Oh my God, we only need 2,000 diamonds. I'm so excited. We're going to get another fragment, and then we got to hold it. But maybe I'll come on tonight. I don't know. Anyway, how did you eat growing up? What's your comfort food? So we can manage immediately the psychological draw to food. What's your ethnic background? Are you Eastern European? Are you Middle Eastern? Are you a Jewish? Are you, how did you grow up? What did your aunties and your grandmas cook? Somebody said to me, I grew up on fried food. Okay, so that's your comfort food. If you need to eat fried food to be comforting, then you're gonna fry once every couple of months, and you're gonna fry an olive avocado oil blend, and you're gonna do it once and be done. Desserts are my vice, love my Italian dishes. Perfect, Daniela, that's okay, but you have to clean those up, right? What I mean by cleaning them up, look at your food combining. If you want Parmesan, you're gonna have to not bread it for a while. Like keep the bread down or don't put it on a roll or eat a lot of greens. If you look, right, Italian diets always add some kind of leafy green to that meal, right? And then I don't know if you're like that Sicilian, Southern Italian is more sauces, cheeses, where Northern Italian is roasted potatoes, fish, greens, right? It's more Mediterranean style. So maybe for a while shift to that side, the Northern Italian side of Italian cooking. Just don't ask me that. Just repost the comment and I'll see if it comes through. Okay. You know what I mean? Like that it's easier for me if I miss a comment that you really want answered, just repost it until I see it. I don't mind that. And it keeps our chat rolling. So it just might mean that I missed it. Okay. Now, that being said, so then you take that, right? Then you look at what is your blood type? I believe that plays a major role, especially when you're trying to heal. So, O blood types, the oldest blood type, it thrives on meats. A blood types and B blood types, they thrive more on vegetarian. AB is sort of everything, a little bit of everything in moderation. So when you start to understand that, you can make good decisions about your diet. Then I say, okay, now you want to go to food combining, which we just talked about, right? Meats with high fiber. Thank you, June. Oh my God, we're so close. We're going to get it. I'm so sure of that. You lit up the gift gallery. Yippee! Thank you, June. Then thank you, Patricia. I love you guys. Thank you. Then you're going to look at any kind of food intolerances that you have. And when you start to put all of those pieces together, to me, that is when you thrive. That is when you look at, then you say, oh, do I have a chronic illness? Do I have a food issue? Then you approach it from a perspective of what you love to eat, and you clean that up and you balance yourself. Now you're talking. Now you're going to really be able to heal your body. That's how I feel. Deborah, thank you so much. You guys rocked it. Thank you. Josh Drake, hey, top of the morning. Erin Gobra. Ireland's forever. Oh my God, we almost got all of these. So that's what we're talking about. We're going to go an extra hour today because I still want to cook. But I think this is a really important topic. I didn't want to leave it a lot out. So fresh milled flour, to me, if you can do that and you like to cook with it, it's the best way. It's the best way. I love that. Okay, so now support your detox. So back to naturopathic medicine, support your detox and bile flow. So that means bitters, fiber, hydration, movement, sometimes targeted liver bile herbs, dandelion, plantain, leaf. And that improves cholesterol clearance and hormone balance. And then correct micronutrient deficiency. Magnesium, B vitamins, K2, vitamin D that affect lipid metabolism and vascular health. This is how you, from a naturopathic perspective, this is how you heal. Hi June. How you heal micronutrient deficiencies. Now, Barbara O'Neill, I know you guys see her. She's been hijacked, honestly, and it makes me sad because she's unbelievable. I would start with her website and her daughter. I forget her daughter's name, but find those two and stay there. Don't go and Google, search her on social media because she's been hijacked all over the place and it's crazy. I'm struggling with cooking for one for the week while having variety. Can you help? Daniela, yes. What I would do, it's very hard. I have 2 people here. I have 3 of us that all eat differently in my house. So I get it. And what you have to do is sort of create, if you have a piece of salmon, you have to cut that and have, it's almost like you have to meal prep a little bit or use the same foods in different ways. And I do a lot of that kind of cooking. I'll say, cauliflower 2 ways, because that's big, right? What are you going to do with that big piece of cauliflower? Another way you could do it is, or you can find a lot of the Sprouts and Whole Foods will have those little bags of pre-cut organic. I would, hold on, I'm just going to take my sweater off. I would look at that. That will help. So that, you can still get cauliflower and broccoli, but you have a smaller amount that's prepped already. That's a good way to do it. You can freeze food for a couple of days. If you make a meal and you have leftover, get a container that you can freeze it in and just eat it the next week rather than keep it in there for a month, right? So it's if you don't want to eat the same meal in the same week to have that variety, just create that meal and throw it in the freezer. That way you can pull out a meal and the next week it's ready. Is it ideal? No, but if you're one person and you want to cook and eat healthy rather than take out all the time, or you know what I mean? It's a good way. It's a kind of a good way to do it. That would be my first thought. All right, let's see where we're at. I'll pin this. And then if you need very targeted health, you're welcome. If you need really targeted health, if you go to the LINK and the BIO and you go hang out with Stan, in there you can book time with me and I'll create for you. I'm a little backed up. I have 2 people that I'm working on right now, but once, if you spend an hour with me, I ask you a ton of questions and I will create a week of recipes for you, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, you'll get all of that, but completely focused on you. And I do that for couples, families too. I blend you all together and create recipes that your family's going to love. Oh, I like to cook in a crock pot, and my husband has to eat this way, my partner has to eat this way, and I want to eat this way, and my kids will only eat this way. I sort of create a mix of things for you. It really does work, and it's wonderful, and it's not crazy expensive. I think it's on there for like $149, and you can do a payment plan, whatever. But I will be specific to you. That's up there. You can also join here. That will help you. Yeah, check it out. And then, join the recipe vault. That's a really good way because you have over 500 recipes and all of this kitchen pharmacy stuff. All right, Barbara O'Neill. She argues that historically normal cholesterol was higher than that. Modern medicine has progressively lowered the threshold to put more people on stats. Now, I'm not so sure that's 100% the reason. I think cholesterol has climbed over time because of our diet, inflammation, stress, and I think that became a trigger to say, ooh, look what we can do. I don't know which came first, the chicken or the egg here, but I think our diets and our quality of food has changed so much in this country that people, their cholesterol was rising and rising and rising. And instead of looking at diet and lifestyle, Big P came up with, they found a financial opportunity. And the result was cognitive decline and more issues. And then, here's another financial opportunity. And then long-term care saw another opportunity for financial drain on the world. And now we have all of these people with serious cognitive decline taking more stuff. And now we can put them into nursing homes, and we can even make more money. You see, what came first? Poor diet? I don't know. That's the way I see it. Is it right? I don't know. It makes a lot of sense to my 62 years of life. Okay. So for me, she emphasizes that people with low cholesterol also have heart attacks, challenging the simple high cholesterol equals heart disease narrative. And she promotes that view that brain thrives on fat and cites the idea that people with higher cholesterol are less prone to Alzheimer's, positioning a good cholesterol level around 200 to 250. Now, keep in mind, don't go out and eat ice cream and fried food to get your fats. Fats that she's talking about are derived from nuts, good oils, omega-3 high oils. There is something to be said about cod liver oil when, our great-grandparents and grandparents stuffed fish oil down our throats. There's something to be said about that. And then she talks about, again, focusing on lifestyle, whole food, low processed diets, avoiding industrial fats, managing stress, and allowing adequate healthy fats rather than fat-free regimes. Do you get it? All areas, whether it's Mercola, Green Med Info, Naturopathic Medicine, Barbara O'Neill, all of these unbelievably talented, smart people are saying low anti-inflammatory diets, unprocessed foods, no industrial oils. I do not have an opinion, but I can look at them. Sourcing, testing, sourcing. That's it. What are the ingredients? What are the ingredients of the capsules? Good morning, Bianca. So do you guys see the pattern here? I know you do. Okay, here we go. You ready? Let me set up my juicer. Let's look at food real fast. We're gonna juice. I'm gonna make one yummy juice today. So here's our kitchen pharmacy support, right? Build a fiber first plate. What did I say? A fiber first plate. At least half the plate is non-starchy vegetables, plus 1 serving of beans or lentils or whole grains for bile-binding fiber at most meals. Choose clean fats and whole food forms, extra virgin olive oil, avocado, olives, nuts, seeds. Minimize restaurant fried foods and industrial oils whenever possible. You know, it might be if you are suffering and you're motivated to get off stats, I would say eating home in this bubble is your first is the first way to go. And I'm going to tell you what I notice when people do this and they do it correctly, you will find that your body's going to respond very, very quickly. It's going to respond very quickly. Prioritize anti-inflammatory proteins, fish, legumes, tofu tempeh, eggs, and high-quality meats as tolerated. High-quality meats, chicken breast, roast chicken breast, small amounts, not more than 3 or 4 ounces. I would say 3 ounces is the best, right? 3 ounces is the best. You want to do a roast turkey breast. And then if you're going to eat red meats, I would do bison or elk, believe it or not. Elk medallions, to me, they're not gamey. They have they are lean, high protein, delicious. And we've used them before. I get my elk from frozen from Fossil Farms. If you guys love, and I would say if you're going to do a burger, do a bison burger and no bread. Venison is good, yeah. Remember, but you cannot serve it with bread or potatoes or mashed potatoes. You want to go to root vegetables. You could do like a mashed rutabaga, small amount, right? You're talking 3 ounce portions or 4 ounce portions. Eat that with lots of leafy greens, right? Kale, make a raw kale salad. All of those recipes are in the recipe vault. They're good and delicious and yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay. Use flax, ground flax. To me, that is perfect. That is a flusher of all the yuck. Hi, Dimples. All right. So this is what we're talking about here. Use plants as a pharmacy: garlic, onions, leek, turmeric, ginger, rosemary, thyme, or oregano, citrus peel, deeply colored produce as daily vascular tonics. Eat the rainbow, as they say, right? Specific kitchen strategies. So morning liver support. Options like a low sugar green smoothie with fiber, or for those aligned with the medical medium, a celery juice protocol, right? Framed as supporting liver mediated cholesterol handling. So we're gonna make a celery juice right now. Do for lunch or dinner a cholesterol bowl, right? Quinoa, lentils, roasted carrots, Brussels sprouts, leafy greens. Now, if you need to add a little bit, if you're my O-type peeps and you need a little bit of protein, go for it. Go for it. Right? Oh, my flax topping? Yeah. I leave this is in my, I do this every week. I make a little bit more and I throw it in everything I make. Everything. I serve a plate of food and I throw a tablespoon of this on. I make a salad, I throw a tablespoon in. I eat this all the time. Ground flax. I love it. High fiber. It's got everything you need. It flushes your system. It's just great. I like this more than chia. But I'll eat chia with we have chia puddings, like the chia in the oatmeal. If I want to have oatmeal, I eat oatmeal very rarely just because sometimes, it is gluten-free. I'm just putting my sweater on and you're not allowed to take clothes on and off. So I put my sweater on, take it off, put my sweater on, take it off. It's a balmy 22 today. Okay. I got married March 8th and 9th. back 24 years ago and it was 72 degrees. I don't think it's been 72 degrees in March since that day. All right, so morning liver support, right? Then lunch or dinner. Oh, right, Brussels sprouts, you're gonna use a lemon olive oil dressing with garlic and a clean fat, right? You can slice some avocado. Snack upgrades, swap chips and pastries for nuts, seeds, hummus with vegetables, fruit plus a fat fiber companion to blunt the sugar spikes. So, slice an apple and use nut butter, almond butter. That's a great snack for your brain, for everything, Walnut butter. Wilderness Poet, while they are very expensive nut butters, I would treat yourself. They make all types of different butters. They're certified organic. They're very expensive, but they're unbelievable. Yes, Robin, I know. Hold on. I love this. I don't make any money. I'm just showing it to you. Wilderness Poet. This is pistachio butter. My daughter and I love this. We slice apple. You got to keep it in the fridge so it lasts. But it's so good. They have walnut. They have like 8, probably 10 different kinds. Yeah, it's so good. Hey, Lori. It's so good. If you're here and you haven't been here for a while, drop that heart me. It helps. It wakes up the algorithm. Okay, now, snack upgrades, right? So nuts, blueberries, a chia seed pudding with some flax, and these are the things that are going to help your body, going to support your cholesterol. If you're eating a diet like we're talking about and your cholesterol is in 200 to 200, 250, that is brain health. If your cholesterol is 250, 325, and you're eating a standard American diet, oh, it's so good, Dimples. It's expensive. This jar can be anywhere from $18 to $25. I just want you to be aware. I've seen it $16.99 all the way to like $25, $26. I think in our store, I can't remember. I don't remember, but it's fabulous. And you got to keep it in the refrigerator. And don't forget to finish eating it. Sometimes it's like you don't need a lot. And when you remember what I always say, when you eat nutrient-dense food, you don't need as much. Your food bill, even though it feels like it's going up, you're really not buying as much. Because think about how much you spend on junk food because you're trying to, feel better or, satiate yourself. And you keep eating shit after shit after shit. Go and look at your debit card and see how many times you run through the drive-through. I'm sure, if it's over $100, you could buy $100 worth of filled versus empty. Exactly. You could spend $100 in Whole Foods, not Whole Foods grocery store, but whole, clean, real food, organic food. And it's going to last you a little bit longer. It's going to last you more than one meal. Nutrient dense, right? Okay. Snack upgrade. Okay. And then the oil swap challenge. Here you go. A week of cooking only with extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, in small amounts of traditional fats while avoiding bottled seed oils. When I mean traditional fats, coconut oil, butter, ghee, beef tallow, right? That's what we're looking at. Isn't this great? All right. And then lifestyle levers. Get on that vibration plate. Go for a walk. Do those things. Yoga, the Tai Chi. I see a lot of Tai Chi in my feed now. I'm doing this stuff all the time. I love those. These are the best. Have you tried that in the morning? Oh my God, they're so good. It feels like it wakes up my whole body. Have you guys done those? I love them. All right. So all of those things, good sleep, stress management, very, 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 very important. Stress management is very important. Think about what we've talked about, right? that gut brain. If your gut is healthy, the stress lowers. We talked a lot about that this with the anxiety in the millennials. We covered 2 classes on that, and it really makes a difference. Now I want to talk very quickly, and then we have a few more things. I'm just gonna stay on till we finish. I'm not gonna go today because I feel like this is a great class, and I want you guys to see the cooking, and I don't have anywhere to run to right now, so I want to get it done for you. Some people carry variants in genes such as an LDLR, an APOB, a PCSK9, and an LDL-RAP1. Those impair LDL receptor function or related pathways and cause a family sort of hypocholesterolemia, FH. FH is usually autosomal dominant, meaning one altered gene copy can lead to very high LDL cholesterol and a markedly increased risk of early heart disease. FH alters the way that the body clears LDL. So even with an excellent diet, LDL may remain high, and lifestyle measures often need to be combined with medications or intensive functional approaches. Beyond FH, many smaller genetic variants influence cholesterol patterns and modify how strongly diet, weight, hormones, stress, and activity affect cholesterol levels, but they do not determine fate on their own. Okay? So if you have that genetic role or genetic predisposition for the FH, I would say to you more than ever, that is something you clearly have to work with a doctor. I would offer to you try a functional medicine doctor so that they understand the role of diet and so that you're not just getting stuck. Somebody just became a super fan? Dimples! Welcome to the superfan world. I love it. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Patricia Joy. So you guys get it? If anybody's suffering in that space and you know the genetics of it, please make sure that you have a doctor that can guide you not only with drugs or medications, but also understands the role of food and lifestyle. And that's going to come from naturopathic or functional medicine, right? You can't go off of a medication if you're not following the protocol, the lifestyle protocols as well, is what that little paragraph is talking about. So keep that in mind, and that's my disclaimer. The rest of us, food, and lifestyle. 200 comments, Gen X. Look at you. A yapper. I love you. I love my yappers. Come on, let's hit it to 2. I gotta remirror. All right, you ready to cook a little bit? We're gonna make some lentil salad and a juice, okay? And then there's other things in here. So is coconut oil, bacon fat, beef tallow, and butter safe? These fats can be used sparingly and sort of like intentionally, but are not ideal as primary everyday fats, especially when there's a personal or family cardiovascular risk, okay? So if that's an issue for you, saturated fat overall is a higher intake tends to raise your LDL cholesterol, and it impacts depending on what it replaces in the diet. So refined carbohydrates versus unsaturated fats. So if you give up your refined carbohydrates and your fried foods and you want to use butter in your green beans at dinner, but you stopped eating, processed foods, and you're eating the diet that we're talking about, and your cholesterol is sort of holding steady in that 2 to 250, I don't think that's wrong. But I'm not a doctor. You understand? If your heart feels healthy and you're doing all the other right things, do you get what I'm going with this? If your stress level's good and you want to go out to dinner, I would stay away from fried food in a restaurant, because they are not changing their oil. They're heating it, reheating it, heating it, reheating it. It's not good. All right, coconut oil, very high in saturated fat, around 90% of its fat content. And it's shown in controlled trials to raise total LDL compared to unsaturated, but its effect on LDL can be similar or slightly less than some animal fats, but current data is not clear. I don't agree with that, but that's what the research says. But when you look at it from a perspective of natural food, I think coconut oil plays a role in brain health. The MCT part of that oil is very important. But use it sparingly. Don't use it all the time. Use it in a special dish. If you're making a Thai curry vegetable, coconut oil. If you're making a mulligatawny or a Thai soup, coconut oil. You see what I'm saying? Then you're using it in the right amounts. Beef tallow and bacon fat, I don't think they're in the same category at all. Beef tallow is healthy and clean and good in moderation, but it is a high saturated fat. Butter, it's linked with higher overall mortality, and replacing butter and other animal fats with plant oils such as olive. Oh, I have to change something. I wrote something incorrectly. I have to fix something. Please don't download this if you have access. There's a mistake. I just saw it. I have to fix that. Hold on. Okay. So a middle ground, balanced approach. Make extra virgin olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish the primary fat source, right? That's your primary source. And then coconut oil, butter, tallow, bacon fat are best used in small amounts. Those are our holiday foods. Butter, like the other day when we used all that butter, that Kerrygold butter, it was so good. But I mean, that's a one-off, right? You're not going to cook like that every day. And then for people with FH or established cardiovascular disease, most guidance favors minimizing saturated fats from these sources and prioritizing unsaturated fats, especially from plants. A good plant-based focused shift is more important till you get yourself balanced. Okay, let's talk about a good start of your day. We're gonna I wanna show you a celery juice. We're gonna use celery. Now, I'm not gonna do all celery here, and today this juice is actually, I would like to see you make this. Oh, this is the wrong cup. I would like to see you make this celery juice with a green apple, but I don't have a green apple, so I'm going to use a red apple. But I want, if you're writing this recipe down, please put down green apple, because the red apple has got too much sugar, and the green apple is just a little bit more medicinal and used all the time in juicing. Okay, so we're gonna do celery juice, green apple, pretend it's green, and some cucumber. And we're gonna use all the cucumber. We're not just gonna use the inside. We're gonna juice it with the skin. Right? You know, these are naturally, if you have high blood pressure, be careful, because cucumbers and celery are like natural diuretics. So, you know, be careful with that. Just pay attention to what you're up to. Okay, so this is a great morning juice if you want to juice. Now, if you like to get the fiber in here, you can, if you have that juicer. I have both. I'm going to use this one because I think just for this juice, I just feel like I want to. I'm just going to take off the brown. You want to use fresh, yummy produce that's been, you know, obviously washed. I'm just cutting these little nubs off. And then for your apple, you're only going to use about a half an apple for this. I use the seeds. I know that people say that there's arsenic in it. I don't know. There's two thoughts about it. I'm a seed girl. I don't think it's a big deal. I think sometimes they tell us not to eat it, but if you don't want to use the seed, don't use the seed. I don't intentionally use the seed, but if you want to use the seed, use the seed. All right, and that's it. I'm going to use a half an apple. This is the equivalent of about a half a cucumber. And then I have 2 stalks of celery. If I eat fish, I eat fish. I missed that question. What about if you don't consume? Oh, if you don't consume fish. Amanda, if you don't like to eat fish, but you want to include meat in your diet, like animal proteins, like I said, fins and feathers, meaning you could eat lean chicken breast, turkey breast, roast turkey breast. Don't buy the deli meats unless you're going to do some of the cleaner versions. The ones that you get in a regular deli are not okay. So you could do like Applegate, True Story, Plainville, and Farmers and Cooks. Those 4 I feel very comfortable recommending because they're clean. They don't have additives. They're not, they don't have carrageenan in them. They source their meats from good companies. And then for red meats, I would be looking at, for myself, bison or elk. You could do venison too, but remember, no refined carbs or heavy carbs with that. You could do like a lot more vegetables on your plate. Don't make a bison burger with a roll. Do it with, I don't know, do it in a lettuce wrap or, with leafy greens and root vegetables, things like that are going to make the difference. Hey, Allison, how are you? I just saw you. Sorry. Nice to see you. Okay, so this is it, right? This is what we're going to do. These are high watery liquidy, so we're going to do this first. And then you could do a 12 to 16 ounce juice on an empty stomach, right? So I'm going to turn this on and juice it. Oh, where's my, hold on. It would help if I plugged it in, right? Wow, this is we've been on almost 2.5 hours now. Oh, thanks, trying to get my triglycerides and bad cholesterol down. Okay, Amanda, did you just get here or have you been here all morning? In the LINK and the BIO, there's a 9-page kitchen pharmacy about cholesterol and how to get all that down. Awesome class today. Thank you, Robin. I would look at your diet and immediately get rid of, think anti-inflammatory, but also watch your intake of processed sugars, packaged foods, fried foods. Those are going to affect your triglyceride and what was the other number that you were looking for? And bad cholesterol. Yeah, you need a little shift in your diet and you'll feel better. Everything we talked about today, I would go back and watch this replay. If you just got here, it's going to be on YT in a couple of days. And then if you can, for $5 a month, you have access to the recipe vault and all the kitchen pharmacy. There's like 50 something kitchen pharmacy packets from asthma to cholesterol. I mean, everything in between. And then the recipe vault has over 500 recipes with clean, wholesome food, organic. And you also have quite a few free downloads in there. A premium pantry makeover. You got a lot of tools to help you. And you got me. I'm here. All right, let's juice. Oh my God, that smells so good. There is no try in do, as Yoda says. I'm so funny. 12 ounces, that's all you need. And if you can't get down 12 ounces, do 4 ounces, who cares? It's just something. Now, if you want to make this a day ahead, I would say 3 days is the most, but you would store it in glass jars. This is the one I have. I recommend this. Easy to clean, wonderful. I also have one that's a grinder, but I love this and you can find it in my kitchen essentials page also. But this is delicious. The only thing that you're going to change is you're going to change this to a green apple. Don't use red. It's too sweet. And medicinally, it's better to do the. Now people go, oh, what are you going to do with all the the part that you didn't use? Some people cook with it. Some people bake with it. I throw it in the woods for the animals, for the deer, for all the little animals, especially right now. They think it's spring and it's freaking freezing out. And there's no food yet for them. So I go ahead and just throw this in. Some people like to bake with it. I mean, I get it. If you're into saving it and not having food waste, you can. I don't do that. If you want to, you can. But I also have another juicer that grinds this. And so that it's more like you get all the fiber too. But if you want to use this is sort of like, it's just another way. So for my juicer fans out there, this is just another delicious way. Now, if you want also, here's a recipe. If you like oats, I would do a gluten-free oat. Hold on, let me just plug my laptop back in. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way. So that's a really good juice and a good way to start the day. And then you could also add to this now gluten-free oats, cook it in water, and top it with our ground flax and or some chia. That's a powerhouse if you can tolerate it. And then chop up walnuts, some apple or pear, cinnamon, and hemp seed. That you lightly sweeten it with a mashed banana, a few dates, coconut oil, monk fruit sweetener, maple sugar. That's a really nice, good start to the day. Hey, Lisa, it's a really very good start to the day. Okay. And then eggs. I'm not going to cook eggs because we've cooked eggs a bunch of times. I want to make this lentil salad because I think it's going to be a really nice way. And I haven't done one yet. So look, that's for our dog, our animals outside, the deer and stuff. Okay, now savory greens, eggs. When I talk about eggs, right, you're going to saute leeks, garlic, leafy greens. You got kale, Swiss chard, escarole. Do a small amount of olive oil and finish it with lemon and herbs. Serve it with a soft-boiled egg or scrambled tofu and slice some avocado. Great way to do it. I would also really stay away from cheeses because those are going to push your cholesterol really high. I mean, if you're going to do cheeses, do soft cheeses and not a lot. A half ounce just to get that taste. I get it. Now, I want to do a little Mediterranean lentil quinoa bowl, and I want to show you how easy it is. So, a couple of things. So, we cooked our lentils earlier today, and now I'm going to use, I have some cucumber. I've got arugula. If you don't like arugula, you could use baby spinach. I'm an arugula girl. I love arugula. And then we're gonna also add some parsley to this. And then I have these beautiful carrots that I love. We're gonna put that in. Very simple. Okay, so I'm gonna put these in a bowl. Now I like that they're still a little bit warm, and you'll see why in a minute. These are still warm. I made them this morning. This is a great lunch to take with you, okay? High protein, it's a protein, plant-based, but, again, I'm not just saying, for those of you who need a little meat, you could get a 3-ounce piece of grilled chicken, or if you have a rotisserie chicken, you could shred a little chicken and use that. Right? Let me drink my juice because it's so good. I'm drinking, oh my God, that tastes so good. All right, now, this is a little warm, which is gonna be nice because when I put the dressing, it's gonna absorb it, right? Okay, so now, I'm gonna move this over here. I have, these are those carrots you saw the other day. Look at how beautiful that is. These are the carrots. Now I'm not gonna take the skin off. They're clean, washed, ready to go. I'm gonna shred a little carrot in here just for color. And then we have our cucumbers. Gonna take the wedge off. Also, remember these are certified organic, so I'm going to I want the skin on. You know, we tend to peel a lot of stuff, and you're taking away some of the essential nutrients, and that's why I like to use organic ingredients, because you know once I wash them, I can still use the skin. You know, I love these little cucumbers. They're delicious. I think they have a lot of flavor. They're all over the market lately, and I just love them. Oops. Love, love, love them. Crispy, very dense. All right. I'm going to put these in. Now, again, if you don't like cucumbers, use zucchini, carrot. I don't care what you use. I do care, but I'm saying use vegetables you're going to eat. Now, this could also use quinoa. You can mix quinoa in this. I didn't cook that. I wanted to make this. But when you look at the list that I gave you, it does call for, oh, my nose just got itchy. It does call for quinoa also, but I think I might have a little cooked quinoa. Let me see. Ooh, I do. Perfect. All right, we're gonna put a little quinoa in here. And I have white and red quinoa, so we're gonna add a little bit. Oh, forget it. I'll do the whole thing. Look at that. This is gonna be a beautiful, yummy salad. Now, Daniela, see something like this, you could make and eat it for, I would say, you'll get like 4 days before it really starts to break down. If you have any gut issues, I would say you make this kind of stuff and you eat it. And then I'm gonna shred some carrot. Let me get out my olive oil. Look at that beautiful, colorful carrot. I'm adding carrot just to make it festive and pretty. Now, you could add tomato to this. I don't think I have any tomato today. But a little carrot. Look at how pretty that is. Look at that. Look at how gorgeous that is. I mean, it doesn't take a lot. And then we're gonna add some parsley. Now remember how I cut, right? I roll this up, smush it together, and this makes it very easy. Now, I'm not a fan for something, like with our parsley sauce that we made the other night for, you know, I wanted that a little finer, but for this, I want to see my parsley leaf. I want it to be pretty and festive, and I want it to be, you know, part of the dish. And then I'm also going to add a little bit. Now, I will tell you, if you're going to add arugula, I would, and like say you make the salad, right, and you want it for the week and you're meal prepping, I would add the arugula to what you're going to make. The other thing I would do is I would make the dressing, and if you're meal prepping, I would keep the dressing on the side so that when you go to make the salad or you bring the salad with you, you can pour it, you know, day of eating rather than mixing the whole thing, because the vinegar, I mean, the acidity of the lemon juice and the salt that you're going to add to this is going to break the salad down. So if you leave it like this, then you will, it's just better, right? You understand? So that it won't break down as much, and then you add the dressing as you go. All right. I'm going to serve this today. I have some, tonight I have some people coming over and I'm going to serve this with them. So I will probably, I'm not going to mix it all now, but we're going to make the dressing. We'll pour it. I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. Now, if you want to add something to this, you could add a grilled mushroom, portobello, cremini, beautiful addition to this meal. Tomato. I'm not going to add tomato. Why? Because I know for people who are suffering from rheumatoid arthritis or chronic illness or joint inflammation, the tomato is not going to help. So you want to stay here. Also, you could add a little maybe roasted vegetables like a roasted zucchini, a roasted eggplant, things like that, right? Going to make a really nice addition to this, loaded up with vegetables, right? If you want to keep it fresh like this, you could serve this. I mean, you got cucumber in here, but if you wanted to put a roasted veg in here, I would roast it with a little bit of olive oil and a little salt. That's going to make it really nice. So, all right, so I'm going to hold off on this. Let's make our dressing, and then we're going to go back, and you're going to see, we'll make the quick dressing, and you'll see how I mixed it all together. So, what else? I think that's really it, right? I think that's it. This has been a good class. We've been here a long time. We're almost in 3 hours. Let me see. We got a lot of views today. Over 6,000. That's amazing. Okay, so now dressing for this, right? We're gonna do olive oil, garlic, sea salt. Oh, you know what else we could put in here? Olives. Do you guys like olives, Kalamata? Excellent. Artichoke hearts. Oh, hold on. I just thought of something. I want to add to this, and it's not in the thing. I want to add this. Hold on. Hold on. I just got so excited. Hold on. I'm gonna fix this. Yeah, don't download this yet. I want to change it. I don't want tomato. I want arty hearts and olives. Olives are already there. And if you like onion, if you like fresh onion, you could put red onion in here too. So let me finish that. I have artichoke hearts. I have some olives. Let me see. I know I have olives because I always have olives. If you don't have olives, you don't have to put them in here. So don't worry about that. Olives, olives, where are you? All right, I know I have olives and I want olives in here because I'm an olive girl. You could even put avocado in here to get that healthy fat. But again, if I'm serving this and I want avocado in here, I'm not putting avocado in here till I serve it. So remember that. All right. I'm gonna put some olives, and this is how I add olives to a dish like this. I'll take a little bit more. Now, if you don't like olives, because olives are one of those things that people either love or hate, right? Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna quickly chop them so I'm not just eating like a hunk of olive in one bite. All right, that's it. Just a little chop. I'm gonna throw them in. All right, so far what we have in here is cooked quinoa, and I had some cooked quinoa and cooked lentils, right? Then I added some shredded carrot, cucumber, parsley, and now I'm gonna add to this a little, I have some artichoke hearts that I wanna use. So I made fish for my mama the other night, and I made it with artichokes, lemon, white wine, garlic. It was so good. All right, look. We're just gonna quarter this. These are little artichoke hearts. These were certified organic. I got in the store. I'm just quartering them, and we're gonna throw them right in here. Look at that. Awesome. Lunch. Yippee. Actually, this is going to be our dinner salad. Now, again, remember what I always say to you guys, when you eat a bowl of nutrient dense, I'm for sure going to meal prep this. Oh yeah. If you eat this for lunch, you are not going to be hungry. Your blood sugar is going to be like this. You're not going to miss meat. You could even serve this with a piece of salmon, or some, if you wanted to, you could add a little side of maybe like 2 ounces of a little fresh roast turkey, or you can just stay here and give your body a rest from meats. Look, serve it with a little juice. Well, this is going to be on an empty stomach, but then, you know what I'm saying? Look at that beautiful salad. There's another one in here, a celery, herb, and chickpea salad, lettuce wrap. I also have in here 2 options for dinner: an herb salad, an herbed roasted salmon with broccoli and root vegetables, or tempeh, and then a garlic-rich bean and vegetable stew with millet. And then for snacks, I have in this packet a nut and seed fruit plate or a veggie stick with hummus. So this is all here for you, ready to go. I'm going to make one quick change to this when I get off of here, because I want to just fix that dinner, fix this salad. But look how easy this is, and it's all here for you. There's 10 pages of information, 9 pages. I'm sorry, 9 pages, and this is our kitchen pharmacy class that we just did today. So we went through a lot of it, but if you need to see it again, it's there for you. All right, how do we make a dressing? This is how I make dressing. For this amount of salad, I'm going to use... Now, what I like to do, this is how I put salt in a bean salad like this. Usually, I will salt the lentils when they're warm after cooking. But I'm going to salt this now with about that's like less than a half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to mix that into this dish, because once I pour the olive oil on here, it's going to be hard for... Just keep in mind, when you pour fat or use any type of fat in a dish, it's very hard to get, especially in dressing, or mayonnaise dressing or something like that. It's very hard to get the salt into the food, so it always lays on top of the fat. So that's why that's how you can tell a salad is made properly. If you get like a potato salad or something like that, and the first thing you taste is salt, it means they salted the dish after the mayonnaise, because the fat creates a layer over the food and the salt can't penetrate. So I like to salt food when I'm cooking base layer. Can't do that with beans, dried beans or legumes. So you have to salt them at the end of cooking. Usually I'll salt them warm. It kind of absorbs the salt right away. Now I'm just going to taste this for salt. Got plenty. Plus the olives are salty. What about? There you go. This is a nice salad. All right. Now, I'm going to do... So if you're going to take this to work or you want to make a salad dressing, I'm going to do about a half a cup of olive oil, which you don't need all of this. So now, I use my Volcano Italian organic lemon juice. I'm going to put about just under a half a cup of lemon juice. Then I'm going to add about a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm not going to use fresh garlic, only because it will turn. I like to... If you like fresh garlic in a salad dressing like this, that's fine. If you want to do something else, of course you can. You can make it different. If you like a different type of dressing, if you want a citrus dressing, a tahini dressing. We have all of those in our thing. But for me, I like it simple because there's so many flavors in here that I don't want the dressing. I want the dressing to support the flavors that are in here, not add. Do you know what I mean? So if I was to add like orange or a tahini, to me, you're not inspiring the flavors that are already in the dish. You're kind of making this an additional flavor. Where the lemon is just gonna pop, that acidity from the lemon is gonna pop the flavors that are already in the dish. Make sense? So now, this is how I would do this. Let me taste it. Oh my God. That olive oil is just so good. It's rich, single sourced. It tastes like olive oil, you know. It's very rich. And the lemon it's just so good. That's it. That's all I do. Garlic, yep, enhance the flavor. Exactly. Now, I'm gonna make this salad and I'm gonna say, okay, I just want to eat this. Now, what's a serving for this to inspire your blood sugar to stay nice? All you're really gonna need for this is about a cup of salad. Because look at that. Because once you eat this amount, I don't even think you're gonna be able to eat this much, honestly. So now I'm gonna take about, hold on, let me see. This is a half a tablespoon. So I'm gonna take about, I don't know, tablespoon of dressing. Yeah, that's really all you're gonna need. I'll do a tablespoon and a little. A tablespoon and a pinch. We're gonna mix this. Oh yeah, that's plenty. Now you're gonna watch what I'm gonna do. I know. And then I'm gonna add my flax. Aww. It's like a mountain of joy. That's a lot, believe it or not, that's a lot of food. I have olives. Let's take a picture. I don't know why my flash doesn't ever go off. Ah, there we go. There it is. Hello. Look at how beautiful. I'm a terrible food photographer. It's so pretty. Look how pretty. Now, can you imagine if you wanted to add like a mushroom to this? So I have olive in here, artichoke hearts, cucumber. Oh my God, that's good. See? There's no way. I mean, the flavors are delicious and you can really put your own spin on this. It's so crunchy and crispy. I really should have, hold on. I want to add one more depth of flavor. And the olives have so much salt. What kind of quinoa? What do you mean? Like, you mean like red or green, red or white? Do you mean red or white? Water chestnut seed, Robin, go for it. Look, if you want to add a little bit of extra nutrients, you could do that too. And then you could put this over greens. You could add a little beets on the side to this. Yeah, it needed that green. The brand, I would use like Shiloh Farm. They've been around a long time. Any type of bulk organic lentils. I have Shiloh Farm today. But look how pretty. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that dish. Easy. Something different. Very supportive to the brain. If you need, also think about this. See, it's not enough. I need more crunch. I want more protein. I don't think I could eat this. How about crunch up some walnuts? You could toast some walnuts and put them over the top. That's going to give you more brain health. You know, this is a great type 2 diabetics, fabulous lunch. Fabulous. Some walnuts on top. A quarter cup or an eighth of a cup of toasted chopped walnuts over this. A wonderful, wonderful lunch. Or save the walnuts. You could eat it warm or cold. Remember, I have cucumber in here, but if you wanted to have a warm grain, you could do it. Thanks, hippie. Been doing it a long time. That's my jam. Recipe creation. That's my gift. Honestly, I can write recipes like I don't know if this is going to sound too egotistical, but I feel like I write recipes the way that Taylor Swift writes a song. That might sound like ego, but I don't mean it that way at all. I mean it like that's my gift. That's my purpose, recipe writing. And then I execute them like Ella Fitzgerald. Each time they're a little different, but they're so good. Beautiful, right? It's so, to me, food has to resonate. Food has to, you could look at this and go, oh, I don't know if I want to eat lentils. And then you eat it and you go, holy shit, this is good. You know what I mean? That's what I like to see. That's my goal. I'm not eating that. Oh yeah, just put some in your mouth. Now, this does not work on my husband. My husband's not eating this. He can't visually. He loses his mind. Texturally, can't do it. He's just not going to do it. Okay, you're not doing it. I don't know what to tell you. I'm good. I'm going over here. I have to make him a bison burger, and he won't eat. I have to do bison burger, a small amount of mashed, and carrots or broccoli or green beans. Cool, hippie. So you get it. I studied with Anne-Marie Colbin. She was amazing. Smells so good and fresh. Me too. Me too. It's my purpose. This is my purpose. Chicago. I'm so glad you're here. So you get food. I mean, guys, for texture, for flavor, for health. My breakfast. Mushroom coffee, celery juice, water. Here we go. Do not dry tag here, please. Nobody click on any dry tags, please. I love that, hippie. So you got it? Now, Daniela, if you make a salad like this, little calmer environment, huh? If you make a salad like this, you can meal prep it and keep your dressing packed on the side. That way you don't break down the salad before you get to eat it. Woohoo! All right, my loves. It's 11:15. I think we hit the 3-hour mark. Let me see, are we close? 2 hours and 54 minutes. All right, let's cycle through all our love. We got to 122,000 likes, 200 shares. We're getting there. We're learning. That's pretty good for a Wednesday morning when people are listening from work or whatever you guys are up to. But I think this is probably one of my favorite classes that we do. I do love the kitchen hacks, and I do love our Monday nights. Those are our core classes. Everything else is sort of mishmash, mix and match. But those 3 classes are steady Eddie, you know? What brand is your olive oil? This is called Olive. It's from Chile. It's very hard to find, and it's like almost $40 a bottle. But I don't want to use anything else. I love this olive oil. It's the only thing I cook with in the kitchen. When we blend our avocado and olive oil for salads, it tastes like olive. So when I want something that's a little more steady, I'll cook with avocado oil. But when I'm making anything, it's this. I love this olive oil. Yeah, if you haven't dropped your heart me yet today, please do. It really helps. It really helps your creators and you for your engagement. If you're trying to build your account, that engagement score for you, I'm learning, is so important. So don't forget, it helps your favorite creators. Please don't come in here and dry tag. If you do it again, we're gonna mute you. Don't do it again. Bye, Robin. Love you. All right, I'll take care of that dry tagger. I asked you twice now. There we go. All right, my loves, I think we did great today. I think we have great. If you loved, again, if you need to find us, we are on YT. All the replays are there, so you can catch this replay in a couple of days. We are on the Book of Face. It's a great community. We share our recipes that we've made. I get photographs there. You can ask me questions. If I can't answer it or I'm not there, one of my moderators or everybody that's been there for a long time could probably answer. We also are on IG. If you haven't followed me there, I would love it because we need 1,000 followers to go live there. What else? The LINK and the BIO has all kinds of tools. Premium Pantry Makeover, that's a free download. We even have GLP-1 sheets. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there that will help you start your journey to, shifting your diet to clean, healthy food, organic food. Woohoo! And then you can find the recipe for this yummy salad in our recipe vault. It's fabulous. Anybody have any last minute questions, thoughts, comments, ideas, love, anything? Shout it out now. Thank you for my follow, hippie. Oh my God, this is so good. Hi. And then if you want to submit or follow, I think there's like a yellow arrow in my bio there. You can go there too. Everybody good? Thank you, my new followers over on IG. Thank you. I love you guys for that. Thank you so much. Hi, Adrenaline. We just did 3 hours. I'm doing good. How are you doing? How you doing? I saw that, Lisa. It popped up. Thank you so much. We're getting there. Please don't do that @ sign. It really pulls in a lot of BOTs, and I don't want that here. We want real engagers, right? Please don't do that. Thank you, June. We can't use those much more. I love those hats. They're so cute. Thank you, June. Yes. We finished 2 rounds of goals this month today. I love it. All right. So we are in good shape. We had a great day. I'm going to be on tomorrow, but it's going to take me a little time because here, I'm going to put our galaxy up for today. Our last round of love. Thank you. It's all the organic food I eat. June, it's so nice to see you. I can't wait to see the rest of the pictures and stories about your rodeo time. All right, guys, I want to see everybody making the salad, drinking their juice. I hope this helped. I think it was a great class. It's got a lot of good information, and it's really gonna pay off because I think we needed this. People need to know. So thank you, Pri. I know she missed the class, but thank you. She probably had to work. I feel so bad, but she'll watch the replay. Have a great day, guys. I love that, Lisa. Have a great day, team. Thank you so much for all your love today and all your support. And I will see you out in the universe. Have a great day. Thanks, Dimples. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a great day. Woohoo, 125. I know we had like 211 shares. That's why we've had such a great community in here today. It really paid off. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. It makes a difference. Yippee. Bye, everybody. Did we hit 3 hours? Oh, 3 hours and 1 minute. That's crazy. It went fast though, didn't it? Have a great day, guys. I'll see you all soon.